Good day and welcome to the Sport Rep Show. My name is Jesse Jackson Kauraitha. Once again, your host for today, unleashing the latest sports news in and beyond Namibian borders. Of course, there's a lot happening as always in the sports fraternity with plenty of news coming through. And now for the latest on the hit list. On the hit list, we start off with the city of Windhoek approving the sale of the NFA Technical Center. The Namibia Football Association spokesperson Isak Hamata, however, said that the decision about the purchasing of the earth was yet to be made by yesterday. The news only came on Tuesday night, and the NFA Exco have not converged to make a decision yet. I believe this will be discussed at the next NFA Exco meeting scheduled for Thursday. It will only then that we'll be able to make a public statement on the way forward, Hamada said. The Earth 340, which is 19,720 square meters situated on Mahatma Gandhi Street in Katutura, will be purchased at a cost price of 2.96 million. This was revealed in the city documents after the football governing body recently pleaded with the city to hand over the property they have been leasing for 4 years. The NFA had initially requested that the property be donated to them by the council. In their report, the council, however, opted for a sale rather than a donation, deeming it a fair decision from their end. The city further reports that the approved sale price is based on the property's official valuation in line with the city's institutional land policy, which allows for the sale of institutional land at 50% of its market value. We move on to the next story, and this is also some breaking news today that coach Elemu has parted ways with Ongos FC at the moment. This is the news that came through the club thanking the coach for the job he has done. Agnes Chabala Elemu there, he has been with the club for several seasons now. However, has parted ways with the club. Reports currently not suggesting what the reason could be. Sources, however, alleging it could be by the club's form, which find themselves lingering in the middle of the table at the moment. We'll now cross over to the marketplace before we return with more news on the hit list. Now on to more news here. It is about the African Union Sports Council Region 5, which has announced that the AUSC Region 5 Youth Games will now feature qualification standards starting with 12th edition scheduled for 4 to 13 December next year in Maputo, Mozambique. This was confirmed by AUSC Region 5 CEO Stanley Mutoya during a stakeholder workshop on sports held in Windhoek on Wednesday. Let's hear from Mutoya.
When you spoke about introducing the youth games qualification standards for next year's games in Maputo, just tell us about what prompted this initiative.
So we've been running the games for 12 editions now. We're going to the 12th edition. Mm-hmm. You recall that we've got 10 countries. It means we've been able to run one full cycle of the games. So surely something must improve now. I mean, we were in the first cycle trying to create development. We're trying to get facilities up and running. We're trying to get athletes to compete. We're trying to create programs that are development related. Now we're going to another level of excellence to now say, how do we create performance standards? How do we ensure that we increase the level of competition? So that's why that informs qualifying standards now. So we're basically saying that let's ensure that the games are not just a recreational event. They are also helping in a continuum of high performance under our podium performance program. But it doesn't leave those that are not like high performance. That's why we still have no opportunity to have universality qualifications so that we leave no place or no person behind. So that is the idea of our qualifying standards. We're trying to raise now the level of the games to another level. We also want to see more of our athletes to use our games now to prepare our athletes for other bigger championships, whether it's the Africa Championships, Youth Championships, and also sport-specific championships in their sport-specific areas.
All right, and then before I do let you go, just lastly, you always like to say we don't follow the standard, we set the standard. So just how important would this qualification standard be in setting the standard and making the Region 5 Youth Games a premier event in the African continent?
Indeed, we don't follow standards. We are even setting the standards now. I mean, there's no other entity like us that has got such kind of qualifying standards. We are saying whether it's in athletics, whether it's in swimming, if, for example, 100 meters African standard right now is 11 seconds. So we are saying ours must be 11.1 seconds. So it pushes people to to run. We don't follow standards. Indeed, we set them. So we are setting the pace. We are setting the standards. We are creating a trajectory for our confederations and for athletes. I can tell you, watch this space. 5 years from now, this region is unstoppable. This region is unconquerable. This region is undefeatable. And that's what we're setting up right now. That's why we say we don't follow standards, we set them.
And on to the next news. It is the Kasi Cup. Kasi flavor, of course, taking place in the capital city. The annual Kasi Informal Football tournament and netball tournament will pit some of the finest teams from the dusty streets of Windhoek and surrounding areas this Saturday and Sunday. The tournament will be played at the Jonia Auto Sports Field in Vanaheda, where football and netball enthusiasts are expected together. The football program will kick off with the opener between Zula United and Ondobe FC. The second football match will be between Okahenge FC against Ochomwise Wolves before Q7 takes on Bravo United. The last match of the opening round pits OKP United against Super 11 FC. The netball side of things features Kuriangap NC up against Samora Beauties NC. The next match will be between Mix NC against Oshomise NC before Sweet Berries tackle Groot Hope. The last match of the opening round will be between Tlapanelo NC and Moses Gareb. The winners of the football tournament will walk away with 5,000 Namibian dollars worth of sport equipment plus gold medals and a trophy. The runners-up will receive 3,000 worth of sport equipment plus silver medals. The team that finishes third will be awarded with sport equipment worth 2,000. The netball winning team will also walk away with 5,000 worth of sport equipment plus gold medals and a trophy. The runners-up are taking 3,000 Namibian dollars worth of sports equipment plus silver medals. The bronze finishers will be compensated with sport equipment worth 2,000 Namibian dollars. The Informal Settlement Sports Tournament program was formed in order to explore how sport can be harnessed as a tool for social integration and personal growth. This led to the launch of the Kasi Cup in 2011, which has so far seen the participation of 1,826 players of football teams from different informal communities participating. The tournament saw a growth in netball interest, hosting 108 players from netball teams that have entered the competition. All Windhoek's informal settlements include Greenwell, Matongo, Havana, Okahanjo Park, Ombili, Hakahana, Ochomwise, Babylon, Kuriangap, Sievendelaan, Axtelaan, Oshitenda, Groot Hope, Omgulumbashe, Mix, and Odohambo Dakwaima will be represented in this one. The prize giving ceremony will be officiated by the Mayor of Windhoek, Deshihafela Laranja. The 2025 tournament is held in collaboration with long-standing co-sponsors Namibian Bottling Company, OTB Sport, and Omlunga Radio. Now let's hear some of the snippets from the draw.
Luckily, you can't see what's inside. Just draw one piece of paper from there, and please read the name for us.
Zula United FC.
So Zula United will be playing the first match. And they will be battling in, let's see what color they will be playing. There we go. They like it dark. Okay, the black jersey with the yellow strip. Okay, you just give it to Jesus.
Let's put it one aside. Can you check one? Okay. There you go.
Let's see who will be playing against Yasi United. Zula, sorry, my apologies. Ondope.
Ondombe, 11 FC.
Representative for Ondope, please come forward. Yellow and green. Okay. Thank you. Okay, match number 2 will be played immediately after match number 1.
Okahenge FC.
Okahenge. We're just not sure, is it Manchester United or Okahenge, but yeah. Gentlemen are very serious when they come for selection. Okay, they will be getting in the turquoise black. Okay. Thank you. Okahenge will be playing against. Yeah, no, I have to, because I don't want them to say that it was not fair because they could see what you were drawing.
Ochomise Wolves FC.
That will be the second match. It seems like they know each other already because he is smiling. Okay, so we'll be battling in the yellow and red.
Okay.
Thank you. So that will be our second match. We are proceeding to the third match.
Have you ever wondered why Grandma keeps her money under the mattress? And why is Angela uninsured? The Namibia Financial Inclusion Survey 2025 will help us find all the answers. From 6 October till the 4th of November 2025, the Namibia Statistics Agency teams in uniforms with tablets will visit homes across all 14 regions to learn about financial access, informal banking and saving habits. Email us at info@nsa.org.na or at 061 431 3200.
Well, there is a big squash tournament coming up shortly, and it is definitely going to produce some of those most electric moments. Squash itself coming of age. Now, the launch of the tournament was this week, and our reporter Brian Munango was there and has this for us.
Now, all the normal plebs that play in all the local tournaments, the rest of us are seeded down here. So, number 17 seed down to number 32. In 17, yours truly, Stephen Berry. You guys hear the crowd going wild at the back there. So now I get to play Namibian in the first round anyway. Okay, number 17 seed, 18 seed, goes to Emil Dogolo from Wellfish Bay. Number 19 goes to Andy Eggett from Windhoek. Next up, Christoph Keite Knutse. Kristen, you got that one? Christoph Keite Knutse. Then we've got Rowan McNamara, our local architect. And he's going to be followed by Micho, the legend himself, Bason. Kristen, what number are we on now? 23. Next one. Okay, so number 23 is going to be Joshua Wood from Walfish Bay, but he's been spending a lot of time in Windhoek, trying to get used to the altitude. So Joshua Wood is 23. Number 24 goes to Etienne Schutter from South Africa. Number 25 goes to Janre Olivier, also one of our local Wanderers squash players who's now applying his trade in South Africa and playing on the PSA circuit. So we're looking forward to see what standard of squash he is playing to date. Okay, and then from Walfish Bay, Dani Greef. We all know Dani as one of the top players in Namibia as well. And also looking forward to seeing him, just like he made us proud at the IPTs, seeing what he can do at the NAM Open. Right, and Namibia's former number one, back in action, Kyle Kriel. See if he can pull off an upset or two. And he's going to be followed by Malik. Sorry, there's a cursor in his surname, so I can't see what his surname says, but Malik Aboz. So I don't know what the rest of the surname says. But Malik, he's from Egypt. Eh? Malik is one of our Egyptians, so he's going to be the next one. I think he's one of the juniors, am I right? He's a junior squash player. Next up, our own junior, Francois Hanekom Jr. And we're going to be looking forward to seeing him pull off a few upsets. We've got 3 to go. One from Windhoek, one from Walfish Bay, and one from the Eastern Cape. Next up from Walfish Bay, Trevor Grana. Trevor is followed by Joshua Roberts from the Eastern Cape. Joshua Roberts from the Eastern Cape. And finally, Timo Hooster from Windhoek, whose family also sponsored the Hooster Open earlier this year. So that's it for the men's A division. Andrew, there's nothing else, right?
Well, some special things are also happening in the Special Olympics department with the deaf sports team heading to Japan. Now, they visited the Namibia Sports Commission this week for a proper send-off. Let's enjoy that.
Very befitting, a very special moment this morning that history has been made, that we have got a very special cluster within our midst. A testimony of inclusivity, a testimony of one Namibia, one nation, a testimony of the house that we all belong to. Having these special athletes, I know it was not so easy, Mr. President. I know we had a lot of emails communication, and government have tried to do what they can do, and corporate also managed to do what they can do. I know our need was really needed, that we needed to cover the entire cost. But as Namibians, understanding the situation where we find ourselves, we are able to send a team to this very special, event that's taking place in Japan. It is special in the sense that if history tells me well, which the president will mention, in my reign, it is for the first time that I'm sending this team to such a very big event. And if not, I know we had this type of events for other countries many times, but for our team, it is a special moment. So as I have to welcome you to the home of sport, please feel at home. And it is not us today, it is you people to talk today. Thank you.
Now, before we conclude, of course, there was an important basketball tournament, international one, taking place in the capital city here. UNAM Phoenix against Malawi's Bravehearts, an important one, a match that the Bravehearts won there. We have some views from that match, and after that, it will be Arioha to give us the latest international news. From me, Jesse Jackson Kauraitha, it is goodbye.
My name is Desire Kaunda from Malawi. I play for Bravehearts Ladies. I really enjoyed the games. We had fun. Yeah. Though the games were tough, we lost one yesterday and today we have won. I'm very happy for that. And for the win, I think we trusted our system and our system really worked. So I just want to thank my coach for trusting me, for trusting each and every one of my players. They gave us the same game time and everyone participated in the game. So I'm just happy.
Okay, like you said, you trusted your system. So what was the system going into this game?
Oh, our system is like, in terms of our plays, we have the plays that we use when playing. Yeah.
I was joined by Mr. Hussein, the team manager of Malawi. Mr. Hussein, congratulations on the win, taking that one home. How are you feeling?
Thank you. I know we are feeling good that we have won, but with a hard fought though, we had to fight to make sure that we win. But a win is a win anyway. But our hearts are not satisfied with the win. We have played better.
Right, like you said, your hearts are not satisfied. Where do you feel the team could have done better, perhaps?
No, basically both games since we started, the team hasn't played to the potential that we know they can play. Even today's game, they didn't play the way this team can play. We know what this team can do. So for us, although we have won, but deep down we know we are disappointed with the way the team has played.
Okay, I mean, regardless, it's still a win for you and you are proceeding to the final. So just how important is that for you?
It is very important. But I'm also, apart from us winning, I'm also happy with the Namibian basketball because the team, I think this is maybe their first time to play international games, but they fought. So for me, first, I would congratulate them of the way they played both games against Angola and even against us. But we'll take the win anyway. But I wish Namibia are the best because I think there's a future here.
So
Good day, everyone. Time for international sports news. And starting off with tennis news first, it is the ATP finals. That's the top 8 men's players on the world ranking. They're playing the finals in Turin. Still group stages. And it was Yannick Sinner with a good, comfortable win. He beat Alexander Zverev of Germany by 6-4 and 6-3. That's his second win in the group stages. And he's now safely through to the last 4 in this tournament. And also another game that was quite tight. It was 3 tough sets. It was Felix Auger-Aliassime. He is from Canada. And he got the better of Ben Shelton of America. The score there was 4-6, 7-6 and 7-5. And Felix Auger-Aliassime can still reach the last 4 as well. He plays against Alexander Zverev. That is on Friday. The winner of that game will go through to the last 4, which will be semi-finals. Moving on to cricket news, and it's a much anticipated Ashes series that will start on the 21st of November. That is Australia hosting England, and both teams battling with injuries and niggles for their fast bowlers. It was England's Mark Wood that trained in the nets, but he had a heavily strapped left knee, so indications is that he'll be fit to play on the 21st of November. Also, it was Australia with a scare with Josh Hazlewood that was injured in a club game. He injured his hamstring, but it was scans that revealed that there's no tear, so he will also be most likely be playing in the 21st of November first test. Australia already lost the services of their captain, and that is Pat Cummins. He's injured and he's out of the first test. Indications are that he'll be back playing in the second test. So the first test is starting on the 21st of November. That test will be played in Perth. Closing off today's international sports news with rugby news. One of the internationals on this weekend is Scotland that will host Argentina. The news from Scotland is that the influential fly-off, that is Finn Russell, is injured. He left the field late in the game against the All Blacks. That was when Scotland lost by 25-17 at Murrayfield the past weekend, and he injured his knee and ankle in the game, and so he's likely to train this week. Indications are that he will train on Thursday, and he will be available to play. That game is not on Saturday, that game will be on Sunday. So that is Scotland hosting Argentina at Murrayfield in Edinburgh, and that is on Sunday. So that is international sports news for today. I hope you have a great sport day. We talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.